Alright, so what is good, YouTube? It's your boy LegendaryEA, and we are back here with another NBA video. If you guys missed the last one I did, I believe it was when Jimmy Butler got traded. I also did one the last month with LaMelo Ball, talking about how he can potentially become a top 3 pick in the NBA draft. A lot of people like that video, so make sure you go ahead and check it out. I'll make sure to link it in the top right hand corner as well as in the description. Now today I am going to be talking about my top 5 breakout players so far this NBA season, and I guess you guys can pretty much say it's my list for most improved players, because that's pretty much what it is. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this list and want to see more, let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you go ahead and smash that like button and share the video as well. Let's make this thing go as viral as possible. So guys, the way that I normally do this list, I'll give you guys a player, a few honorable mentions as well, and a brief reason why I think that they should be there. I really want to hear y'all's opinions on my list and who you guys think are the top 5 breakout players or your top 5 candidates for most improved player this season. Let's do it in a respectful manner. Let's have a conversation in the comment section below. But yo, let's get straight into it. And before I even get started, let me say some players that probably aren't going to be on this list. For number 1, it's going to be Caris Lavert. And that's pretty much because he's gonna miss a good chunk of the season after getting injured. But yo, before, that man was on a tear and he was number 1 on this list. He was number 1 on this list. The Nets were like playing good. They still are, but Caris Lavert was putting up ridiculous numbers. He pretty much came out of nowhere. But since he's gonna be missing a lot of the season, he's already missed a couple of games. Like, there's no real reason for me to have him on this list. But if he didn't get hurt, it would have been over. It would have been over. It was really hard seeing him get hurt like that. Another player is Derrick Rose. Like, Derrick Rose is a former MVP. I think it would be kind of weird and maybe even disrespectful to even have him on a list like this, because D Rose is already a legend, bro. Like, he's just doing what we all knew he could still do. And lastly, Kemba Walker. Yeah, Kemba Walker has been amazing this season. Once again, Kemba has already been an all-star. He ain't breaking out. I mean, he's always been capable of having games like this. This list is for players who have not reached that kind of success yet and are just having big seasons in general. Alright, so after that explanation, let's get straight into my top 5, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's get it. Alright, so starting off with my honorable mentions for the breakout players / most improved players, we're going to start this thing out with Jamal Murray. Now, look, Jamal Murray, he wasn't going to make my top 5, but I do got to give him credit. He has been having a pretty solid season as well, definitely better than last season. The Nuggets have been doing really well in the Western Conference. I mean, that's mainly because of him, Nikola Jokic, and he's really going to need to step up a lot since Gary Harris did just get hurt. I'm expecting a whole lot bigger games from him, but hey, so far this season he's been pretty solid, so I had to at least mention him somewhere on this list. Next up, we got Buddy Hield and Willie Cauley-Stein. Obviously, the Sacramento Kings are a few games out of being like the 4th seed right now. They're like, I think they're tied with Dallas for like the 8th / 9th seed in the Western Conference, which is definitely an incredible feat. Buddy Hield has been shooting really well from the field this season, and he's honestly been playing way better than he has the rest of his career. And the same thing can be said for Willie Cauley-Stein. So once again, some of these guys just need some recognition, and they gotta be somewhere on this list. Why not just put them in my honorable mentions? So I think that those two both deserve it. And my last honorable mention is somebody who honestly could have been at the 5th spot. It just depends on how you guys really want to put this and where you guys want to put some of these certain players, and that's Montrezl Harrell. Yeah, Montrezl Harrell, man. And like I said, he can be swapped out with the 5th spot. Honestly, choosing between him and my 5th spot was extremely difficult. But yo, Montrezl Harrell definitely deserves to like be on this list. Him and the Clippers have been killing it this season. He's putting up nearly 16 points per game, almost 2 blocks, and 7 rebounds. Look, this man is playing his part. He's coming off the bench, and he's a huge reason why the Clippers are doing so good this season. So once again, man, he could easily have been swapped out and be put at number 5. But once again, man, this is somebody who's definitely deserving of the most improved player of the year award. But other than that, man, let's get straight into the top 5, because I'm pretty sure there might be a little bit of some controversy there. I'm gonna give a brief reason why I chose that player there, why they are where they are at, and all of that stuff. So let's get on to number 5. At number 5, we have Domantas Sabonis of the Indiana Pacers, and Sabonis has literally been a beast off the bench, similar to Montrezl Harrell. Harrell has been playing a little bit more minutes. That's why I did give the edge to Sabonis, because Sabonis, the production that he's been putting up in his minutes is slightly more impressive in my opinion. Look, this man is putting up nearly 14 points per game, 10 rebounds, and shooting like 83% from the three. Yes, he doesn't take a lot of threes, but that's still crazy to be shooting 83% from the three. And I believe he's shooting somewhere between like 60% from the field as well. That is extremely impressive. But look, I do understand why somebody would want to swap him out for Montrezl Harrell. I just think that he is a little bit of a slight edge, and I don't think that I could have made this top 5 without him in it. So yeah, that's why I have Domantas Sabonis at number 5, and I think that the 4 players ahead of him are just playing a little bit better, have bigger roles on their team, and that's why they're there. But yo, 5 seems pretty good for Sabonis in my opinion. Heading in at number 4, we have Zach Lavine of the Chicago Bulls, and Lavine has been insane to watch all season. He's putting up nearly 24 points per game, along with 5 rebounds and almost 5 assists as well. And the only knock against him is that the Bulls are literally the worst team in the NBA. Now look, Zach has been amazing all season, but I just can't put him above the players that I have above him right now because of the lack of success the Bulls are actually having. Like, winning has to account for a lot of things, and yes, he's putting up great numbers, but at some point we have to start considering winning. And personally, I can take a player who averages like a few less points on a way better team than Zach, low-key putting up empty numbers on the Bulls. Look, I like Zach. He's incredibly fun to watch. But I think number 4 is a really good spot for him, because these 3 players, in my opinion, are just doing a little bit more. That's just what I think. All right. At number 3, we have Josh Richardson. Now, Josh Richardson has missed a couple of games this season, just like Zach Lavine. But I think at this point, many of us know exactly about Josh Richardson and what he actually brings to the table. And I have him above Zach Lavine just because the Miami Heat are a better team. And Richardson is also more of a two-way player. And even if we forget about stats alone, I think that Richardson is I think that he's more important to the success of his team. If it wasn't for these other guys having insane seasons ahead of him, he would probably be number 1 on this list. I do believe that whenever I made my mock, I had him winning most improved player. I think I had him there. Regardless, he's still having an amazing season, and he should be top 3 on anybody's list. So that's who I have at number 3. If you guys want me to do more in-depth analysis of this, let me know in the comment section below. But we got Josh Richardson at number 3 on this list. At number 2, we got Pascal Siakam of the Toronto Raptors. And yes, this season, he has been starting a lot of games. He started 27 out of 28 games for the Toronto Raptors, and he's been killing it, man. He's averaging nearly 15 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, while shooting 61% from the field. If it wasn't for this number 1 player that I have on this list, he probably would have already locked up most improved player, because he's been a huge contributor to the success of the Toronto Raptors. And look, that goes for the offensive side as well as the defensive side as well. And I think that he's definitely deserving of all of the recognition that he's been getting. The man is a beast. Like, he's honestly a beast. He's been playing great for him, and he really came out of nowhere. I mean, of course, we knew about Pascal Siakam, but I believe before this season, he was putting up 7 points a game. In his rookie year, he was averaging 4 points a game. Now, he has benefited from more minutes, but he's also just playing great as well. So I do think that he deserves to be number 2 on this list. Yo, some people might even have him in the number 1 spot. It pretty much just depends on how you run players and where you guys want them to be. But number 2, we got Pascal Siakam, and I think that's a really good spot for him as well. And finally, we have number 1, and number 1 is going to be going to De'Aaron Fox of the Sacramento Kings. And look, Fox has the Kings playing some really good basketball. Like I said with Willie Cauley-Stein and Buddy Hield, but both those guys are in my honorable mentions. You know, Fox is at the helm of that entire thing, and he's averaging nearly 18 points per game, and that's up from his 13 points last year. He's averaging 8 assists, and he's shooting 42% from the 3. I believe his rookie season, he shot like 33, 34, 32, something extremely low like that. Look, if Fox keeps playing the way that he is and the Kings keep winning games, he is a lock for most improved player. And hey, even though I personally think that the Kings won't make the playoffs, because obviously it's the Western Conference, let's be real. We expected Boston to end up with the second, the third, the fourth pick, because obviously they have the Kings pick. At this moment, I can probably say that that pick is probably going to be around pick number 11, 12, 13, maybe even 14. So the Kings have passed all of our expectations, and they've been killing it. And the main person for that is De'Aaron Fox. We've even seen players like Kevin Durant giving him props and saying how important he actually is to that squad. At this point, he's my breakout star so far this season. Let me know you guys' thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Go ahead and tell me you guys' list in the comment section below. And of course, like this video and subscribe. And let me know what we should be talking about next. Stay tuned, because on this channel, we post NBA content, 2K content, and a lot more. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace, y'all.